Good morning, class. It's good to see all of you. I'm glad that you were able to make it today. Okay. Now, I see most of you are ready. I see that you have your whiteboard, your your dry erase marker, and your dry eraser. Thank you for being ready. If you don't have those items, I suggest you get them because we're going to need them right now. As you can see on the board, we're going to be continuing with compare and contrast. We introduced it yesterday. So before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's go ahead and do a review. Okay. So here for our review and a warm-up, I have terms, I have contrast and comparison, and then I have definitions. Okay. So I have A, identify similarities between two or more items, and I have B, identify differences between two or more items. I'm going to go ahead and give you, what do you think, 15 seconds? Yeah, 15, 20 seconds? And I want you to match them up. You can write 1 equals A or B, and then you'll write down 2 equals A or B, okay? So go ahead, you have 15 to 20 seconds to match the term to its definition. Okay. Time's up, okay? Let me put up those boards, let me take a look at them, okay? All right. How many of you are feeling confident about your answers? Raise your hand. Well, your boards are ready, so wiggle your boards if you're confident. Woo! All right. Woo! Y'all are confident today. I love seeing that. Let's see. Yeah, love it, y'all. Yeah, when you compare, when you contrast items, you're looking for the differences. Yeah. So then that means when you compare, you're finding those similarities. Great job. Any questions? No? Okay. So now, next item. What's this called? What's this diagram called? Feel free to, I'm going to actually have you write it down on your whiteboards. What do you think? Okay, what do you think? What's this diagram called? Don't worry about spelling. And feel free to look at your notes if you'd like. Also, if you want a little challenge, try to make the best guess that you can. Yeah. All right, you got 10 seconds. Boards up. Okay. All right. Looks like most of you got it. Yeah, we have the Venn diagram. Okay. Now, where are the similarities? Where are the differences? Okay. Where do you think the differences are going to be? On the sides or in the middle? What do you say? What do you think? Thumbs up if you think the differences are going to be on the sides. Thumbs down if you think the differences are going to be in the middle. Show me. What do you think? Okay. Well, let's see if you're right. Yeah, the differences are going to be on the sides, right? So that means the similarities where the circles overlap, right? They share that space. They share similarities. That's where you're going to write that down. Perfect. And just to repeat again, to really drill it into our minds, right? Differences are when we contrast, and then similarities are when we compare. Okay? Moving on. What I want y'all to do, go ahead and erase your whiteboard and create a Venn diagram so that you can compare onions and cake. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to a minute. Feel free to work alone or with a partner, okay? But both of you need to write down, all of you need to write down on your whiteboards, okay? So 30 seconds to a minute. Try to find 2 similarities and 2 differences between onions and cake. Go ahead. Time's up. I have mine here. Okay. So what do y'all say? What do you think? What should we start off with? Differences or similarities? Okay, differences. Cool. Differences. Or what is different between them? What do they taste like? What do y'all say? Yeah, I hear you know it. Cake is sweet. What kind of cake do you like? Ooh, okay, tres leches. Oh, okay, noted. Tres leches cake is so good. Anybody else? Has anybody else had tres leches cake? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's delicious. You know, yeah, I might have to bring some actually so that we can try it out. Yeah, but cake, right? Typically sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. That cake is sweet, right? What about onions? Are onions sweet? What do you think? It's a little different, right? Onions, not sweet. They have a strong flavor, right? And maybe even a little spicy if you eat it raw, right? It has a strong spicy taste, maybe. Yeah? So I'm gonna go ahead and write that here as a difference. What else? What if I bite into cake? How does it feel like? Yeah, it feels soft. Good, good, good. Now, if I were to bite into an onion, how would that be? Yeah, hard, like maybe like biting into an apple, right? Kind of like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that in my differences. Cake is soft, and onions are hard. Yeah. Okay. Now, what are some similarities? What are some similarities between these two things? Okay. What can we see? What do you think? Yeah, I totally agree with you. They're both the same color, right? They're both white. So we're gonna go ahead and write that in the middle. And then what else? Any other similarities? I don't know if you can see, right? Yeah, they do have layers. Thank you for pointing that out. Both of these have layers. So another similarity. Great job, everybody. Any questions about this? Okay, so let's move on. We're going to compare and contrast soccer and football. Okay, you got 30 seconds to a minute to work by yourself or with a partner. Okay, time starts now. All right, time's up, everybody. Now, go ahead, put your boards up, and this time, I want you to look around at your peers' work. Okay? Compare and contrast your answers. What are the similarities that you see? What are the differences? Look at that. Yeah, yo, right? And I'm looking around, and y'all are really getting this. Great job. Now, so that leads us, we're going to make it a little bit more complicated, right? Like Avril Lavigne. Now, these are objectives for today, okay? I'm going to read it, and then I would like you all to repeat it after me. Okay, actually, let me try that again. I'm going to read it out loud, and then we're all going to read it together. Okay? I will be able to compare and contrast two characters within the same text. Okay, now all together. 1, 2, 3. I will be able to compare and contrast two characters within the same text. Now, what is it that we're saying? What we're saying is, I have it right here actually. I will be able to identify similarities and differences between two characters in the same story. Okay? So these two things mean the same thing. They're just in different words. Okay? Questions? Don't be shy. It's okay. Okay. Well, if you have a question and you're a little shy, call me over, okay? And that's also okay. And once we finish this, our next item will be this. I will be able to compare and contrast the themes of two different texts. Okay? That's to say that I will be able to identify similarities and differences between the themes of two different stories. Yeah, okay? Now, let's go ahead and say the objective as a class. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I will be able to compare and contrast the themes of two different texts. Okay, so that's what we're going to accomplish today. Why? But why? Why is it important to compare and contrast? Are we even going to use it? You know, when you leave this classroom, are you going to use it? What do you think? Okay? Yeah. Compare, yeah. I totally agree with you, Noah, right? We might have to, you might compare and contrast where you're going to go to college. Yeah, or university, right? Hey, what school is better for the degree I want to study? Is it close or far away from home? Right? Is my friend going there or not? Right? Those are all things we're going to want to look at and and compare these schools so that we can make the best choice for sure. Anything else?